Hey guys, Dominic here and welcome back to a brand new video. In this one, we are going to review a new project or basically a newer version 2.0 of the SOLARFARM and see what new additions we have in it. So make sure to watch till the end and do know that this is not going to be an investment or a financial advice. So always make sure to do your own investigation and research before investing in any project. With this being said, let's get into the video. In this video, we're going to talk about SOLARFARM, which is a miner protocol. They have released version 2, which precedes its successor version 1, which has been a great success despite in the times of bear market. In this one, we will be focused on new innovations made in version 2 to make it even better miner protocol and make it even more efficient, especially focused on benefiting to long-term investors and holders on the SOLARFARM. So in this video, we're going to talk all the new inputs into the version 2, and then we will take a look at their metaverse, which includes a casino where there are different games which can be played by using their token or the BNB, which we will take a look in detail in this video ahead. And we will be using their DApp and the Medium page to learn about this project. Before we get into the details of version 2, just so you have information about the SOLARFARM version 1, which has been a great success, and even in the times of bear market, they have managed to secure good numbers, which was over 7,000 BNB in volume. So now we are on the DApp of the SOLARFARM, and the success of our project and for its investors holds in the safety and authenticity of the project. SOLARFARM has been given the KYC certificate by the Safe Audit, so it is a safe and secure project. So now let's jump into the details. So SOLARFARM is a miner protocol which is created to support the miner projects and comprises of different assets. And this is created on a concept much similar to as how solar panels work. You basically buy panels and you place them to get power. The more panels you put, the more power you will be able to generate, and this is where SOLARFARM compounding comes into place. So basically, investors have to deposit BNB in exchange for the panels, and those panels will provide them with the power. As a power, we are talking about ROI, which is basically return on investment, which is pretty impressive in this one. So on this platform, investors get the highest ROI, which is 14.3% a day and 5,214.28% a year, which is the APR, which I think is the best out there in the whole industry. And once you generate power, users could choose to buy even more panels, which is basically the concept of compounding, which gives up to a maximum of 15% compound bonus. Also, you could use their referral reward system, which gives yet again 10% as a referral bonus. So you could use this to further amplify your earnings and make it as a good sustainable source of income. And this is what SOLARFARM version 2 is all about, which has implemented newer strategies to make sure that the platform efficiently benefits those who are here for the long time, and that the TVL, which is the total value locked, is sustained and that it grows over time. Now, many of you might have heard about the 6-1 ratio, which is about how one could have a good sustainable source of income or rewards in this case. So you compound for 6 days and then you withdraw the 7th day and you repeat the whole ratio to get a good sustained source of income or rewards. And this is the ratio that can be best implemented here, as this project rewards efficiently to those who hold their digital assets and compound it even further. And this is where SOLARFARM version 2 has come forth for. As we will see in the video, in version 2, they have implemented measures to ensure that they have a sustainable and ever-growing total locked value, or the TVL. And they have given all this information on the Medium page. And here they are saying that the version 1.0 was released just 2 months ago. And in that time, they have built a protocol that has significantly outperformed the market and generated over 5,000 BNB in volume. And the important thing to note that this was when there was a bear market, and we all know how the market has been in the last 2 months and how badly it has been performing. So in that time, they have outperformed and able to yield a good number. So we can get an idea of the potential it holds, and it gives a sense of reliability of its working mechanisms, which are able to cope and yield good numbers even in the times of bear market. And even now, after 48 hours of the launch of SOLARFARM version 2.0, the project was sitting at 500 BNB in TVL. So it holds the capacity and have the tools to make it a successful project. Now let's take a look at their tokenomics. So the native token on SOLARFARM is the SOLARFARM token, or the SF token. It has a cap of 1 billion token, which is the total supply. The pre-sale is 25%, the private sale is 10%, casino rewards overhead are 50%, and liquidity 15%. And there are a bunch of more values right over here. Now, they also have a casino, which is basically a metaverse where you have these different kinds of games like multiplayer poker, roulette, slot machines, and many more, which you could play by either using the SF token or the BNB. And they have pegged the SF token to the BNB. In the casino, it accepts either 100,000 SF token or 1 BNB. So if 100,000 SF token is lower in value than BNB, then people will buy SF token to play the game, and it will cause the SF token to increase in the value. And over time, if 1 BNB gets lower in value than 100,000 SF token, then people will preferably want to buy the BNB. So this, I think, is quite impressive way to make sure that the value of the SF token increases, which is currently lower than the BNB. So on the Medium page, they have mentioned the new implementation that we will see in the version 2 of the SOLARFARM, which are basically additions to make sure that the TVL is sustained and grows over time and it doesn't get drained successfully by the people. So we have the fresh value, the cell system version 2.0, the Solar Guard Fitness system, compounding system version 2.0, dynamic deflationary supply system, and the launch information. So first is fresh value, which they are saying here is a new innovative concept that will redefine the long-term sustainability of miner protocols. And as we know, SOLARFARM is a miner protocol, and that fresh value ensures that the amount of money that users take out of the protocol is measured realistic to their initial deposit. And fresh value is something that is going to be for use for further measures as well, which we will see ahead. It does say here, fresh value forms the basis upon which our other Solar Guard protection mechanisms rely on, like anti-dump, anti-spam, base abuse, anti-outsider, and all of these rely on the fresh value, and we are going to see how it does that. Then they're saying here, a growing TVL is a healthy TVL. Therefore, fresh value mechanics in conjunction with our self-feeding ecosystem will ensure that our TVL is perpetually growing and that this is something not just offered by others. Then we have the cell system version 2.0 in this version. In this one, basically now you have the option to have fractional selling, which means you don't have to rely on specific numbers, but you could slide the amount you wish to sell by simply operating the slider on their D app. And this enables the users to choose wisely the amount they wish to sell. As they're saying here, to this, we make it significantly easier to the community to undergo responsible selling habits that also synchronize with our other features such as anti-dump, anti-spam, and the base abuse. Then we have the Solar Guard Fitness system, which further comprises of 4 different measures, which are anti-dump, anti-spam, base abuse, and anti-outsider. And as said before, all these rely on the fresh value concept that we have talked before. So the first one is the anti-dump. They are saying here, if a user attempts to sell an amount greater than or equal to their fresh value at once, they will receive a 50% tax and a 25% penalty reduction penalty. So this is their anti-dump measure so that people don't withdraw huge amounts all at once, and this ensures a TVL that is able to sustain. So it's saying here, one of our primary adaptations we have made from SFM version 1.0 is to ensure that we have sustained TVL growth so investors can deposit their BNB in confidence, knowing the SOLARFARM can not only outperform the crypto market, as was the case in version 1.0, but in addition, you are also protected from large drops in the TVL. So basically, this measure makes sure that there is no day trading or any pump and dump on the project where investors would withdraw huge amounts of money all at once. In this way, this ensures again that the assets remain in the TVL for longer periods of time and it doesn't face a large drop in the TVL. Then the second one is the anti-dump. So many people would think if they can't withdraw a large amount at once, maybe they could split it into chunks and withdraw those. And this is where SOLARFARM version 2.0 has implemented another measure, which is the anti-spam. So between each sell, there must be a minimum time period of 15 compounds, where one compounding interval is equal to 90 minutes, which makes 15 compounds equals to 22.5 hours or roughly a day. So if anyone sells with less than 22.5 hours between each sell, then that person will receive anti-spam penalty, which it says here 75% tax and 25% panel reductions. Then the third one is the base abuse. It says here, once you sell your 5 times your fresh value, you will receive a 50% penalty to the amount you withdraw. And the amount is stackable with other punishments. So depending upon your fresh value, each investor, whether it's a big investor called a whale or small investors, all are equally and fairly bound to their own fresh value. As it says here, we have maximized our commitment to ensure a system that is fair for investors of all sizes, such that whales and smaller investors can coexist to form a large-scale ecosystem. And the fourth one is anti-outsider. As talked before, SOLARFARM uses the referral reward system, and it says here, SOLARFARM version 1.0 rewarded users with a referral bonus for deposits and compounds, and this was equal for both the investors and the non-investors. But in the version 2.0, it says here, users will only receive full referral rewards for deposits if they are investors. So only if you are an investor, then you could receive a full referral bonus. So these were the measures under the SolarGuard Fitness system. And if we take a further look into the version 2.0, we also have the compounding system version 2.0. And it says here, compounding bonus. Every 3 compounds a user makes up to a maximum of 30 compounds, the user will increase their compounding bonus tier. And these tiers add 1.5% to your compounding bonus, stacking from 0 up to 15%. And selling, including the fraction cells, will reset your bonus back to 0%. And this is as we talked before, you buy solar panels, you install them, you generate power or revenue in this case, and then you put your revenue back into buying more panels to get even more power. In this, with each 3 compounds, users will get 1.5% more, which is the compounding bonus, which can be maximized to up to 15% total. Then we have the compounding cooldown and then dynamic inflammation. So we have a lot of new additions in the version 2.0. And this is how the roadmap is laid out that you could also check out. So yes, this is all I have for you guys in this one. Make sure to check it out. Even if you're a smaller investor, you could benefit from this project. All the related links will be in the description, and I will see you guys in the next video shortly.